Oh, I ain't even been to bed and I got an alfalfa. Okay, so this is gonna be part two, y'all. And y'all know I've been up all night, so I'm being a little crazy, right? Nah, I'm joking a little around. No, I'm be honest with y'all. Okay. Bed and breakfast, part two, homosexual bed and breakfast, okay? Now, I'm just talking about reality experience, and we gotta deal with the truth, right? So I'm gonna tell you a few things about me too. All right, there was one time when I was going. This is bed and breakfast part two. All right, so I said it's a little different. You know, the woman probably had a problem with the guys, having homo sex, and the two guys coming over in the bed and breakfast and having homo sex in her house, and she's a Christian. Now, like I said, I don't feel like I feel that because she's a Christian, she has a right to preserve her rights and her beliefs, and she believes sin is wrong, and that so. But if that be the case, then she gotta put the person out that that had two different last names. It gotta be Mr. and Mrs. Jones signing in when they sign in, right? So and the woman can't be like this hot secretary. They can't be that kind of break. If you're gonna discriminate against it, to me it's all sin. So, and I got sin too. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all about it in a little while. So, so I think it's improper, for her, so the ultimate question has to be, well, what would Jesus do? And I joked a little bit before, like I said, Jesus came for sinners, so they would be right at home. He'd be like, come on in, let me preach to you. Matter of fact, if I was her, there's a Christian, I'd be at Christian music all in the house. We play Christian music here. And and it'd be Bibles. It'd be a picture of Christ looking down. Just joking. All right. But the problem is, this guy's have sex and stuff like that, or have homo sex, because we separated. Remember, that there's heterosex and there's homo sex. So they're having homo sex. They're not having heterosex, okay? They're having homo sex, okay? So they're having homo sex. Now the thing is this discrimination thing. Let me tell you a story, a true story. Okay, I used to teach, and I used to teach different software, and I used to teach independently. So I would go to businesses, companies, and stuff like that. The company would call me up and say, hey, we got somebody in this place, and they need some help. It was authorized, but not official. I didn't do any paperwork. I just knew the software real well, and I would help people, and they knew do this. So I would go over everybody's house and help them out. And so, I would I would help homosexuals sometimes, and they'd be sitting up there staring at me the whole time. Tweet, tweet. And I'm like, yo, you don't want to learn the software, do you? You waste my time. You get your money back. I'm going home. So, it's funny. I had a girl with me at the time too. So, but I go over to this guy's house, and and I remembered him because I was my last girlfriend, one of my major last girlfriends was Coco, a Japanese girl, and so I was going down here. I was trying to make some money, and so this dude was half Japanese, and I think that he kind of, he wanted to meet Coco, like Coco or something. But he also had an anger management problem, right? So I didn't want him around my girl. But he had a daughter, and his daughters were beautiful. He had one daughter, and he was divorced, and he had some issues, and I know he had an anger management problem. But he had this beautiful daughter. And so one day, and I was younger, I was slim. I was living the New York lifestyle, working out and something like that. I had a friend over, and she looked at an old picture of me in New York, and she said, you don't look that good no more. She's like, how long ago was that? I was like, 7 years. She said, no, it's longer than that. But I've been here studying, and I just been on down low, right? And so I've gotten older, right? Anyway, so I was slim and trim, and so I was wearing a suit and stuff like that. And this girl was kind of spoiled, right? And she looked at me, and I was like, and I looked at her, and I was like, she's young and pretty, half mixed, white and Japanese. And I think she was probably more white because her father was half Japanese, and her mother was probably all the way white. So anyway, so they had a divorce or whatever. But the girl, I saw her once before, and then her friends started coming over. And one of her friends came over, and she was this gothic chick with nails and purple hair and torn fishnet, clothes on, and dark and scary looking. She looked like, what's that girl? Morticia, not Morticia, but Wednesday, something like that. I don't know. The girl from the Addams Family. But then she invited some more girls by, and then it was a lot of girls by, right? And so it was obvious that these girls were a little, fishy, There was something fishy going on. That's what I was saying, And then her dad told me, he said, "Give me for saying this." But he said, somebody told me, stop laughing when I'm telling a joke. It would be funny if I don't laugh. Okay, I'm not going to laugh, even though it's funny. All right. He says, these girls come by and they stay and they hang out all night in his front room, right? In his living room. He sleep in the bedroom, right? He sleep going out. He says he wakes up in the morning. He says, and he's whispering to me, and we're the same age, grown men, And he says, man, I tell you the truth, man. But he's a little off, I think, anyway. Because one time he cursed me out. My bad. But he said to me, he says, man, I come in here, man, in the morning. He says, I smell like fish in here. That's not what he said. He said, it smells like coochie in here, right? I'm not going to use the word he really used. And I'm like, that's his daughter. He said that. Anyway, but what he was saying is that these were probably a bunch of, they was lesbians or something like that. And I'm like, oh, really? He says, I wake up in the morning, man. He says, I can just smell it. I'm like, So I was just thinking, if this is a bed and breakfast, right, this is the problem. And I always tell y'all, is the difference. When Adam and Eve was in the garden, right? Adam and Eve was in the garden, right? She did wrong, and she ate the apple, right? Nothing really happened, things didn't get explosive. Things didn't get, bad until Adam did something, right? And then God got on this case, right? So what I'm saying is that this woman, she might have felt different if it was two women in there as opposed to two men, because it's different when it comes to men. Like if I had to clean up the room after two women was having sex all night, I'd walk in the room, I'd be in a rush to get in the room, right? I'd be like, I smell good in here. I'd be smelling all the linen. It's two women, right? I'd be like, that smells familiar, right? But if it was two men, I'd walk in the room, I'd be like, oh, I smell like butt ass in here. And then you have to clean up the towels, right? And it might be brown stains up on the towel. You're gonna hate me, but I'm being honest, right? It's a difference, when two men when two women get together, when a man and woman get together, you know it just smells like sex, right? When two women get together, it's gonna smell like vagina, okay? But when two men get together, it's gonna smell like my chair. I mean, even I don't like the smell of my own butt. That's why I don't like to sit in my chair naked. It be smelling like, you know, I gotta make sure I have some lights on in the room. You know, I try not to get too comfortable when I'm working here. You know, I'll be looking up, you know, let's get brown towels. I won't know the difference. Okay, I had to go there. Hey, no holds bars, right? People don't love the truth, right? But really, you know, you know, it's different, right? I don't know, but y'all tell me. You know, maybe they have some kind of smell goods or something. Let me ask, I'll be burning some incense before I get in that joint. You know, if I had to clean up the room, I saw this bus driver. He have these rubber gloves. I would be like, yo, it smell like booty. It might be some dookie. You know, hey, you know, come on now. Some of y'all watch porno between man and a woman. Yeah, I know. You know, you might have some slippage. I'm just saying. Anyway, oh, it's your butt. You know, now you got a reason to hate me, okay? All right. Love you all. Bye.